More than friends, less than lovers. Pals. Oh yeah.
Well.
Welcome back.
This is Pal-O-Ween.
With Pal-O-Ween. Oh.
Wasn't that fun?
Let's try that again.
Thought about that 2 seconds ago.
Really good. This is Pal-O-Ween. Week 3.
Hey there, pals.
That is, you cannot use that audio without our permission.
It must be written consent. We're talking handwritten
And listen,
consent. We got to
we'll
write a
give
specific
consent
note just for you.
To anybody, though. We will give it out to anybody, but you gotta ask. We just want to talk.
We're always down to be pen pals. And we
Always. Always.
I'll tell you this. It feels good not, and I mean this in the best way possible, brother. It feels good not to be linked.
No. Listen.
In that way. We're linked mentally more than we ever have been.
Guys, there was a lot of, I know we played it so cool last week.
I know
when we were cat dogs.
I mean, we were cool as cucumbers.
So
really.
cool about it. It was tough. There was a lot of challenges, and not between us. No issues. But there was like a lot of dunes to overcome in that sense, if you will. We, the position we had to hold was not super comfortable.
And I already have poor circulation in my lower extremities.
I was losing feeling in my legs. And I don't want to ruin the illusion, but yeah, our legs were under there.
Yeah. I was bouncing my leg up and down.
Like a little dog, though.
Like a little dog. And I had to stop myself because I remember my brother was connected. But this week...
in character. It feels good to... Honestly, I was still very excited about these costumes, but I know that they're a lot chiller.
Yeah, I know that we've really calmed down. You're welcome. We figured that you needed a little bit of a breather.
A little breather. As did we. Like, it felt good getting to roll into this week and be like, okay, our main focus is just this.
Yeah. And we say that, and we are starting about an hour and 7 minutes after we had intended to. And that is because, and we're going to give them their moment that they deserve
we
right
should.
up front. Of these.
Yeah. Really? Guys, I wish I had more of an explanation other than we just really wanted to do our nails.
Because we were like, we were not doing anything else really, I mean, other than the eyes.
And also, I just feel like I knew it was going to add to this because I think because you can't see our faces, it felt like these bad boys were having their moment.
Guys, we're going to be talking with our hands a lot, and we're going to be readjusting this because I can't see.
It's going to be a lot of pulling it down.
Yeah. So please bear with us.
Being a ghost isn't, it's fun.
Maddie has more experience than I do. Maddie, do you want to, real quick?
Of being a ghost?
You do. You've worn this sheet before.
I did wear this sheet, you guys. This might be one of the stories that I think best explains where it's like, we're not, I'd love for y'all to be living life like this.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm doing this for others' entertainment. Because during work, about 2 years ago, I dressed up every day.
For a week. Yeah.
Coming into the office.
No one else. The office wasn't doing this, guys.
And also, only like half the office was there. Everybody else was on Zoom. So I was mostly on Zoom all day. And I wore this for about 2 hours. Yeah. Came in. Everyone was like, haha, Maddie came in as a ghost on Monday. And then people had already started asking, are you going to do this every day of the week? Because Halloween literally was on the Friday.
I'm like getting as you're getting to the climax of this, I'm like getting excited. I need you to
know.
So
if you can't see, this is a sheet ghost, but it has a lot of holes in it, okay? And if you're familiar with the Halloween classic, Charlie Brown, Great Pumpkin, Charlie gets carried away with the scissors and he cuts too many holes in his sheet ghost. So that's what I was doing, okay? So I wear this for about 2 hours in the office. At which point I'd take my sheet mask off. Haha, joke's over, right? She did that for a little bit. That was funny. No. The show goes on. Underneath, I'm wearing my bald cap, which I have woken Millicent up at about 6:30 in the morning so she could draw a curly Q and Sharpie in my hip because she told me to. She was like, just wake me up in the morning. I'll do it and go back to sleep. And she did.
Yeah, I woke up with Maddie bald over me with a Sharpie in her hand, handing it down to me.
I knew she would wake up. She would see me. I didn't even need to bother saying what I needed. She knew. She was prepared. She knew this was coming. She sat up. Guys, it was amazing. This was Millicent's full performance. Huh? And it was perfect.
I barely remember
you guys.
it.
It was an incredible curly Q. It looks just like Charlie Brown. So then when I took the sheet mask off, I revealed that I was still Charlie Brown under there, and I had a yellow shirt like his
was
with the
bald.
stripe on it. I was
Can't trust
bald.
enough.
So I was
Guys, this
bald.
whole time you think it's just Maddie underneath there. I know it's Charlie Brown.
And like I didn't bring the bald cap to put on later, like when I got closer to the performance. Whole time, bald cap on that because I knew it was gonna change the texture.
Yeah. You guys get it. You guys get it. Underneath here, we're completely bald.
Boogie woogie.
We're completely bald.
And we're just two ghosts.
We're two ghosts. When you think ghost, boom.
This is us, baby.
That's us, baby.
We're the two ghosts. We show up to your house. We say, hey, pretty nice in here. We go to your stairs and we go, pretty fun.
We're the biggest names in electricity, baby.
You best
got
believe-
a light switch. You best believe we're going. That's what we're doing.
Sometimes we talk that way
Yep.
through our
Back
lights.
and forth. Some would think Morse code. Wrong.
It's all kind of our own thing.
So when you think ghost, baby, that's
It's the Pal's code.
Yeah. Yeah, when you think ghost. When you hear a bump in the night,
That's
that's us
us.
bumping it.
That's us.
That's us bumping it.
Not each other.
Not each other.
Let it be known. People think because
People
we're ghosts, our relationship doesn't change.
They hear creaking in the bedroom. They
They
assume
think
it's a
it's
bed
dirty.
frame.
No.
Wrong.
It's a good bed to bounce on.
Sorry. Sorry, you're telling me if you could get away with it with bouncing every night on a bed, you wouldn't?
We're
You
having a damn
would.
blast. We ain't got no goddamn mother to tell us no.
Not a mother in the house. Yeah, get Ed Sheeran in here on a loop pedal. He's gonna love this. Ed Sheeran, call us.
Ed Sheeran, go to heytherepals.com and say, yeah. If you're
Yeah,
in, baby,
I'ma get
say,
my loop
oh,
pedal.
yeah.
Again, it's not sex noises.
No.
It is merely bouncing on a bed noises.
Ed, we'd prefer if you didn't make the song sexy at all. You're good at that, you weird little guy.
And also, I'm starting to think you don't have those bad habits. You got a kid at home.
Is
You got a lady you love.
Ed Sheeran, is he in Trolls?
No.
But boy, couldn't you see him in it.
Although
They would make a
can I
troll
be
and
honest?
you'd be like, that does look like him though.
I'm gonna say something, and I never disagree with you. I will say, but I want to explain myself.
Do you like
In-
how Ed Sheeran looks?
No, that's not where I was going. Sorry, Ed, that sounded so mean of me to respond like that. Ed, I'm sorry, that was mean.
Ed, I think you are adorable in your own special way.
Ed, bump in the
I
night,
want that to be
but you gotta call the song "Bump in the Night." Bump
it's
in
gotta-
wait, bump in the night.
bump in the night.
But it's like one word, but two.
And
Guys,
you
that
gotta-
goes so
you-
hard.
You gotta make it about two ghost friends.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Also, in general, if you are a DJ, go to theirpals.com. Only if you're a girl DJ. I'm
Girl
gonna make that
DJs.
distinction.
Sorry,
you know what,
boys.
girl, non-binary. I'll
Yeah.
go with that.
We'll
Sorry,
stretch it
boys.
out.
It's not
Boys.
personal. We just don't want guy DJs.
It's just
coming
kind of at
in.
this current time, the market's a little like inflated.
Yeah, it's not what we're looking for. You get it. Bump in the night.
Hear it on the radios.
I'll tell you this. This time of year is thrilling to be a ghost.
Oh.
It's honestly, it's both thrilling, but also in a way, I feel that people look past me in a way that they don't usually because they're almost expect it.
Ooh.
If that makes sense.
So they're kind of, by being scared of you, at least they're acknowledging you?
They're less likely to get spooked and more likely to giggle, and that's always a little bit hurtful.
Oh, you don't like it when they giggle.
Well, no, I do, but like it's the way that they're giggling.
How so?
They're not giggling in a way of this is my defense mechanism from being scared. They're giggling in a way of, oh, look at that silly ghost.
And what would you prefer they do?
I'd prefer they go, ah! and laugh it off.
Oh, I see. You want the best of both worlds.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, as much as I want to make them giggle, I'm here to give a little spook.
I'm here to give a little spook, and
Just a little one.
I love a little spook.
Just a little.
I think everyone loves a little spook, and you know what makes
you
me
do love a
sad?
little spook, but you love a little spook too much. Can I say it? She loves a little spook too much. I'll say it. You like spooking. We've had to put
Can I tell you something? I don't feel good about that part of me.
oh.
I don't feel like because truly it's not. I don't like seeing when my friends are like actually scared. I don't like that.
I get that.
One time, she was screaming. Oh, I was telling our friends a story. That was a good story, But Millicent specifically, it was a whole thing. Millicent specifically had to wait until Friday to hear the story.
We had a
with
scheduled
Thomas.
happy hour for gossip.
And we were like gonna tell each other fun stories that happened throughout our week. And so I was telling our roommate Bree, and Millicent, I said, you can't listen. You have to wait until Friday.
I was
so I
so
closed
mad.
the door in her room. She was so
Imagine
mad.
your two best friends gossiping in the hallway. Hot goss. Hot off
But
off
she
the
was gonna
presses,
hear it
goss.
soon.
You can't hear anything?
She
Nightmare.
No. She starts screaming. As if you guys know in Hunger Games when they play, like, the Mockingjays are screaming like their loved ones. That's what they would have played for me of Millicent screaming. It was like, and I, like, truly, the one thing in horror movies I truly can't do, torture. Yeah. I cannot. And not being like, guys.
Maddie has a limit. She's drawing a line in the sand.
No, torture.
Cut it out.
Torture.
You're done.
You're done, babe. Take a seat.
You've had your moment. You're done.
Too much. You went too far.
You took it too far. We were having a giggly, goofy, ha-ha time.
And
you
yours
took it too
was
far.
like,
we were having fun.
go rip a
getting
limb off or
yeah.
something.
No, I was really upset. To me,
That's how she was screaming, guys. It was awful. I don't even want to like mock do it because it was so like blood curdling scream.
All I'll say for the sake of your earbuds, you guys are real lucky. I've been having a cough and a little bit of a chest congestion recently, or I'd be letting it rip.
Be so grateful, guys.
Your
it's
blessings.
Awful, and it like scared me a little bit.
I
of
felt
being
bad
like,
about it.
Being like, oh my god, this is like the depths Millicent will go to get her way.
That's not to get my way. I wanted my little goss.
But I was like, Millicent,
Guys, imagine
you
your
have
friend.
to stop.
Imagine your pal.
She was
The
gonna. I
one
was
you
doing
share
it
a
for
life
fun. I was. My eye holes. I really gotta keep
No, guys, we're going to be readjusting
Adjusting.
a lot.
a lot. If you have any suggestions on how to make this better, go to heytherepals.com.
Yeah, if you're a ghost with experience being in a sheet.
Yours has like a really great shape right now. Like it's kind of like folding out in a way that makes you very.
You know what
like,
I did?
cartoonish.
I took the corner and kind of put my arm. I like pulled it. Yeah. And then you're able to fold it over more.
I'd like to take a moment to address my appearance, though. I'd like to apologize for how wrinkly I am.
She was giving it her best to figure it out.
It was laundry day, and I
Maddie
was
tried a little
trying-
Pinterest hack.
Yeah, it kind of worked, honestly. It was really wrinkly before, and so I put it with an ice cube in the dryer.
Where'd you find that? Was that Pinterest? TikTok?
No, I think that was like Facebook years ago.
Oh.
You know those like old like videos that look like they're made in a warehouse in the middle of nowhere, like, and they have scary like, and it's all really intense, and it's like, here's how you do like a 1-minute craft. But they kind of feel soulless
Well,
in
they're
a way.
like video farms. They like
Yes,
yeah,
terrifying.
Yeah. Those
That's
things are so scary.
So scary to
Where
me.
you're like, and you know that the point is to make us upset in the
But
comments.
the thing that makes me the most scared is like I can't help but watch them. They lock me in.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's like what's the baby things that they watch that they like?
Cocomelon?
Cocomelon. It's my Cocomelon.
You know what I found out recently, and this is kind of scary. Well, not really. Well, I don't know. I found out that a lot of it is fetish content. Yeah. A
Wait,
lot of
are
it
you
is
telling me that's my fetish?
No. I'm not saying that. And you're safe here, babe. And you're safe here, and I accept you as my pal. No, if that's what you're into. Whoa! We got a nostril slippage. Whoa!
You know what?
Yeah, actually.
While we're
speaking
here.
of which,
Guys, it's probably just better we both take a drink at the same time. I don't think I wanted that flavor.
thank you guys for your patience there. Unless Maddie cut it, which she might have. You sneaky
Unless
dog.
it was disturbing. Just know if you didn't see it, it was too disturbing for viewers at home.
Yeah, and that's fair. Ghosts.
Ghosts we are. And so we just want to make a little bit of a distinction here too, because we are ghosts. Again, when you think of ghosts, that's us. Woo.
Yeah. You think, I think that place is haunted. I want to make, the distinction is important.
Yeah, like we're kind of hanging, we're kind of vibing, and like we might be scaring, but it's honestly because we're bored.
Yeah, we are more so, we are not ever doing anything malicious, okay? So
No.
we want to draw a line in the sand between ghost and what you would consider spirit, okay? We're not messing with spirit stuff.
No.
Yet.
But we do live in a place of spirits.
Yeah.
In our home.
We do.
Because
And we didn't always know that.
we didn't. We just knew that the woman that lived here before us had passed away.
And that she had lived here 60 years. Amazing. We're not going to share any personal information about her.
No.
We don't want you to find us. We don't want you to find
Honestly,
her.
I won't even say her name.
No. We'll call her Sheila? Rebecca.
I feel like it needs to be something older.
Okay.
You know?
That's just Taylor Swift's grandma's name. I said Marjorie. How about
I like that, like, track.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm trying to think of
Genevieve. Gladys.
Gladys.
You know what? I actually had a little girl on my softball team in fourth grade. I'm not joking. Her name was Gladys. And I remember my mom saying, I feel really bad for her.
I like that name.
Which I was like, you named your daughter Millicent. Who are you to say that?
Yeah, I love your mom being like, ugh, couldn't be me. Meanwhile,
Kevin,
all of
Barrett,
your
Hudson, Millicent, get in the car.
I was gonna say all of your siblings sound like they'd be the heirs to someone named King Henry.
No, best roast I've ever had. Best roast. Somebody commented on something and said that why do all of their names sound like divergent factions? And I was like, that's really good.
That's good. I love when the internet does that.
Yeah, I love when it's
when
really
the internet.
specific and you're like, I can't be mad. That was genius.
Yeah.
Anywho,
but we have spirits
we do. We have two.
in our home.
We're gonna walk you through the two, and let's be clear. And we've told this story in the past, I think, slightly.
Yeah.
And this isn't scary. Let me be clear. This is not a scary story at all. We move into this home. We know that there is in the backyard. We've talked about it before. A tree.
Our miracle tree.
That we have a tree that has 5 fruits on it. 5 fruits. Guys,
That's
every
a
time that we
lot.
tell people, they're like, what do you mean 5 fruits? We're like, no, it's 5 fruits.
It's actually 5 fruit. And then people, like, every time people come over and they see it and they go, oh, like, I thought you meant, like, 5 fruit, like, all next to each other.
No.
One tree,
5 fruits. We got lemons.
sectioned off, like a pie chart.
Yeah. It really is crazy. They had grafted the tree. Her and her husband had lived here for like 60 years, and they had grafted the tree over that time. So there's this literally a miracle tree.
It's amazing.
It's unreal. So it's in our backyard. We knew that about her. And we'd even found in the tree, I'd say like later on, like a month or two after we moved here, we found a wind chime in the tree that was handmade.
And
it
it's
was,
like
very
so
clear.
beautiful.
Yeah, and it's like a beautiful like piece. And so that was something that was really cool. And we very quickly, we named the tree after her. We very much so honor it. We introduce people
we
when
really
they come
do.
over
Like
to
we
her.
tell people, we just had a girl we met in Ireland.
Yeah.
Talitha, love you, baby.
Love you, Talitha.
Love you. So we met her in a bar in Ireland. She bought us these cute little baby Guinnesses. She was delightful. And we said, if you're ever in LA, you let us know. Sure enough, she was in LA. She let us know.
Yeah.
And then we got lunch with her. And then she said, can I see the tree? So we showed her our tree. And we said, you remember that from Ireland?
All the way. And it was also just like very trippy, but she got to meet the tree.
And it was
All
special.
this to say, we even when we first moved in had people that would come over, knock on our door. We'd open and they'd be like, oh, you're the new tenants. The owner used to give us lemons. Are the lemons ready yet? Like, it was, like, known around, and I guess she would give them out, because, like, let's be clear, this tree, it's so much fruit that we
produces.
couldn't ever...
We always put out.
The lemons we usually wait and save for our friends.
Yeah,
and
'cause
the
people
oranges
want
we'll eat,
them.
But there's always, like, way more
So much
grapefruit than
grapefruit.
you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
All that to say, we were talking to one of our neighbors across the street, who we adore.
Yeah.
And we'd heard, we got an obituary. We looked up her obituary because we were getting her mail.
Yes.
And we were kind of like, okay, well, clearly somebody hadn't.
She
filled
got
out the
called
form.
in for jury duty.
We were like, ooh,
and we went,
do we tell him?
that must be her, because we knew the name of the new owner and it wasn't that. So we just like did a quick Google search. Sure enough, yeah, we find her obituary online. So we're reading it. Yeah. She
reading.
lived
Lived
60
beautiful
years.
life,
Beautiful Brazilian woman, amazing,
Passed away, surrounded by family.
amazing. In her home in Burbank.
She only had one home in Burbank, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it,
The one that she lived here for 60 years.
Oh, that one. Okay, right.
Oh, the one we're in.
Oh, we lived there.
Oh,
somebody
that
died in
was-
our home.
Someone died in one of our bedrooms.
Fun fact: renters, they don't have to tell renters. They have to tell you if you're buying the house if somebody has passed away. They don't have to tell you if you're renting. We learned that in a Google search that we swiftly did. Regardless,
So,
we start thinking, well, she probably didn't die in the living room.
no.
Just gonna
And
take
then
a
we
guess.
started debating whose bedroom. My bedroom, I think, is very clearly out because it's got too many doors, guys. It's clearly
a
like
weird
meant to be an
bedroom.
office.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think it's supposed to
office,
be a bedroom, but it's
sunroom
big.
even.
Sunroom is ideal.
Yeah.
But it's a bedroom and I like it.
Yeah. The other bedroom that our other roommate lives in is in the back of the house, and it has a bathroom that seems like it was added on.
Yeah.
So probably not that one.
No.
And that leaves one bedroom.
One.
And that leaves one person.
Yeah.
And let me be clear. When I found out that she had passed away in the home, instantly I was like, I hope it's my room. Because one, it's probably not going to be Maddie's. Two, our other roommate could not handle that.
Yeah.
Could not handle that.
she has great vibes, so it's not a bad thing.
No. I was
beautiful.
Like,
That's the circle of life, baby.
I hope it was my room because, frankly, I'd love like that.
Connection.
You know, whatever residue happened.
Yeah,
whatever it
energy.
is. I was like, that's a lovely thing. She clearly, like, everybody
She lived
who
a
had
long,
anything-
beautiful life. Everyone was
Yeah.
like, she was an incredible woman.
Sure enough, we also did have a neighbor confirm. We finally asked. We kind of leaned in and we were like, do you know, like, which room was hers? And she was like, the one
in front. And we went, yes.
Right. And I was like, that is such a relief. Again, our other roommate would not have loved knowing that.
No.
Meanwhile, for me, I was like, this just adds.
Yeah.
All of the lights.
I gotta get-
all of the lights. Oh my god.
Guys, I died again. There has been an accident.
I'm gonna be honest.
Is that right?
One more.
There we go.
Yeah,
I
that's
think I
right.
pressed the wrong one.
Guys,
Guys, there is a lot that goes
You've seen
into
some BTS,
this.
honestly,
Yeah.
in the last couple seconds.
But I'll bleep it out. Gladys. We love her and we honor her, but she's not the only death in this home.
And specifically,
In that room.
now, I don't want to say that death follows me.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
So, as we know, the owner had passed away in the home. And there was another passing fairly recently, actually. As everyone famously knows, I had a hamster. And then that hamster passed away, and then I got another hamster. To fill that hole, and you know what? I'll say it now. I moved on too fast. Sometimes you move on too fast, okay? Sometimes you panic. You find a breeder 45 minutes to an hour and a half away from you. Didn't even know that hamster breeders existed until you find one. Sometimes you drive that speed in your car that has no AC. You find her having a garage sale, you and your roommate stand over a Tupperware container full of hamsters, and you pick one out based on the chubbiest cheeks. Sometimes and then sometimes you get her home, you put her in a palace of a hamster cage, and she still chews on the bars every night, and everything else. And before any hamster lovers come in here, I want to be very clear, my cage rocked. Every person that saw my hamster cage was like, I've never seen a hamster cage this nice, so let's get that out of the way. Regardless.
I also think this is a good time for us as ghosts to give a message to the living, because I think that this is kind of
Thank
what
you.
Peanut would have wanted to say to you is like,
Peanut?
don't try and replicate me.
Yeah. Peanut.
Don't try, like, if you're living and a
Stop.
loved one has passed away,
Yeah.
that's so special that you had that time with them, but don't try and replicate it, because
Yeah.
it's never going to feel the same.
It's never going to feel the same, and
Find
dare I
something
say,
different.
it might, if any differences you have that could be appreciated would instead be,
We take another one to the grave.
no, my hand was empty.
Oh.
I didn't get it.
He lives another day.
Darn you!
We
Bump
do
in the
look like,
night.
oh my god. We look like villains in a Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
And then they're going to pull off and be like, the old mayor. We're going to be like, you
I
kids.
would have gotten away with it too.
Yeah.
Anyways, long story short, first hamster was my soul hamster. You guys get it, a soul hamster. First hamster was
It
my soul
was
hamster.
needed.
She-
Guys, there was a lot of emotional pressure on these hamsters. I will say that. Especially Peanut. And Peanut carried that load well.
Yeah, she would sit in my frocket while I worked. She'd eat out of my hand. It was great. She passed away. We were in the midst of watching X-Files. I bought a new hamster. I paid, guys, hamsters at Petco cost about maximum. We're talking like $18. I paid about $45. I think it might have actually been $50.
I thought it was 60.
Honestly, I think it might have been 60. I paid $60 for this hamster from a breeder, and she took that job seriously, guys. She was serious.
Going to get that hamster felt like a fever dream.
Yeah, it did. It
It
really
was just
did.
a bizarre day.
Anyways, we bring her back.
They were like having a yard sale at the same time. It was,
There was weird tension between the roommate and the
And the-
hamster breeder.
but like it wasn't even the hamster breeder's house or something. I don't know. It was really
strange.
weird.
It was a weird situation. Anyways, that hamster, my first soul hamster, lived 9 months and died tragically randomly one day. I Googled it and it was like, yeah, sometimes if they're from PetSmart, they just die. Okay, PetSmart. We've seen a lot of ghost hamsters around in the spirit realm area.
And they're not like, they're just having a good time, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
They're not wasting this time.
They're not wasting any...
like trash talking.
No, and they're not even wasting any fabric. They only need a tissue over themselves.
Yeah.
It's adorable,
It's
really.
actually very cute to have them around.
And they're not mad at you, PetSmart.
No, because they've learned. Like,
the other
better
ghosts
here.
are taking note.
Yeah, they are kind of like, hey, it's a little messed up what happened to you while you were alive. And they're like chill with it. But
yeah, they're chill with it. If anything, we've offered to haunt you more.
Yeah, and they're like, don't even bother. Like, don't waste your time.
Yeah, it's chill, honestly.
Yeah, so we don't.
Yeah. Anyway, she lived I'd say actually almost 3 years this hamster lived.
Yeah.
That is like...
It's a long time.
I don't know if you're familiar with biblical lore. Methuselah, the old guy in the Bible, oldest guy in the Bible, that's like Methuselah for hamsters, okay? That's crazy. All right? And she and I had a complicated love, all right? I tried my best. I don't know that she did. She passed away in my room. So now there have been two spirits.
Deaths.
Two souls that
Two spirits.
And there's no, and let me be clear, peace for all of it.
Yeah.
She lived a wonderful life.
And you two really, like, got good at
We
the
turned a
end.
corner.
Mm-hmm.
After she eavesdropped and heard me threatening and making some calls surrounding, I might need to actually get rid of this hamster, guys. The chewing the bars was out of control. Again, it wasn't a behavioral thing. I don't want any hamster people coming for me. And being like, they only chew bars when they're... No. She had a really good life.
Yeah, she did, and it was tough.
Yeah, it was really
and
tough.
you tried a lot of different
I swear
things.
she heard me on one particular phone call, and because she sleeps in my room, and my room is very small, and it was just, I couldn't sleep. She heard one particular phone call where I essentially, from her side of things, she probably heard me say, wait, so you guys actually like would take, I could give you all the cage, all the supplies, and I'm not joking, that night, there was no more bar chewing. I swear she heard me having that conversation, because then I was like, I'm not going to take up shelter space.
But then you guys were so fine at the end.
Yeah, we really were.
You guys just kind of like, from then on, you both said respect.
Yeah.
And moved on.
So we've actually...
But I think...
we wanted to bring them into today.
Welcome to our version of very light. Not, we're going so
Mom,
quick.
Dad, brothers, everybody, it's okay.
It's fun, it's sweet, it's lovely.
Yeah.
A little bit of, we're just going to say, hey, we respect and Scully. Oh, I'm going to bleep out her name. Gladys and Scully.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want them to know that we respect them.
Yeah, and you're welcome here. So, not welcome here
and honor
necessarily.
them.
Yes. So in this, we have
lighting
one
the
of
candle.
the small lemons from Gladys, the tree. We put that here.
Next. What could it be?
What is it?
Actually, cannot see. Oh, here. You explain this one.
This is purely for vibes. This is a nice rock. Purely for vibes.
We should open the purely for vibes.
Yeah, purely for vibes should have been maybe even first. And
next
in this
one, the final
some bedding from Scully's cage. It's not actually from Scully's cage. She died in that. We had to throw that away.
Yeah, we didn't keep that.
It was a beautiful ceremony, by the way.
Yeah, it was actually really nice.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
May the sun shine upon you. Also to cross your field. But
Respect your privacy.
Everyone, I think, really respected it, and it was a good time.
Yeah. At one point, I think Bree was like, "Does Millicent need a moment?" And I was like, "Guys, this isn't Peanut."
Okay.
When Peanut died,
Yeah.
I called my brother, and he literally later on told me that when he answered the phone and he heard me and the way I was speaking and the way I was crying, he was like, "I thought Maddie had gotten in a car accident or something." He was like, "I thought like an actual."
So imagine what that would be like. she's gonna be doing
Don't
her
imagine that.
Mockingjay scream
Don't
again.
Imagine that. Don't imagine that. Don't
Okay. So that's us welcoming their energy, and welcome. Just saying, we respect them, we honor their legacy and their time, and we thank them.
Yeah.
But this, if they so care to join us, would not be in my opinion, our first encounter with a force of some kind.
Something. And you know
I
what?
honestly don't know. We've told the story a lot within our friend group, but I don't know that I've really like told the story to my family or anything.
Yeah, I haven't.
So we've encountered this being back to
And we've talked before about how, our whole ghost shtick, if you will, our thing is, the bumps in the night.
yeah.
We're talking a little bit of flicker on the light. Ooh, that rhymes.
That was good.
Bump in the night.
Flicker in the light. Don't be scared. Just
Have a good fright. Yeah. Hey guys, again, can't stress this
you
enough.
can't use
if
that.
you want to use it,
You can't use that.
you
We'll
gotta
say
write
yes.
in.
We will say yes. We just want to
You have
chat
to ask.
because we want to know what you're using it for.
we just want to sit down and have a good little sit-down conversation. We're
Yeah.
not going to ask for anything in return,
No.
other than a little story.
Yeah, we just want a little story.
We're the story trolls. Give us a story. Give us a story.
Every time one of you tells us a story,
Ah,
we get
Power's-
smiley. So
We get hotter. It's one of those potions. I love that so many of the evil witches' whole premise is that they just want to be hot again.
I get it.
Like there's no other thing really. They don't
Yeah.
really necessarily want more powers. They've kind of already, and most of the time they're just like. I think that's why I respect the witch from Sleeping Beauty. 'Cause she was like, I want to be a dragon.
yeah.
I was like, that rocks.
I remember when she, and let's say the name, Maleficent.
Also, to be clear, doing it to be snatched, I get it too.
Yeah, girl. That's
I get
basically
it
what the
too.
substance was.
Yeah. No, that
Go
is
see
what it
that.
was.
Well, I won't. If look into it if you like scary movies. Maybe see it, maybe don't.
Really research it.
Really look into it because there is a lot that a lot of people would not want to see. Half
Yeah.
of it, I was going.
Yeah, I didn't watch most
Yeah.
of it. But so we had an encounter.
We had an encounter. I had it first,
Yep.
and
We had gotten invited to a friend's house
let's give some context.
on the 4th of July, right?
It was a mutual friend. It was
Yeah.
I had met them before.
Uh-huh.
Great. Got invited on this like amazing family home.
Yes,
like
beautiful.
oh my goodness, incredible. And it's very like secluded too, which was
Yeah.
really nice. And
It was like kind of on a mountain.
yeah. It was on 4th of July. And because of where we were on the mountain, just to set the vibe for you, okay? Set the vibe.
Just so you know that there was already something in the air.
An undertone
night.
of just like,
a little unnerving.
and if you're somebody who listens to podcasts or anything in general, spookified, you're kind of like, ooh, this is when something spooky would happen.
It really did feel like that. It
All
kind
the
of felt
doors
like a
and
cla-
windows.
Yeah, it was one of those like beach houses that it was mostly glass going around it. So they had all of those slit open, which
Yeah.
was beautiful
During the day, you're like, this is
During
the
the day,
suavest I've ever
beautiful.
felt in my life, actually.
But we were so high on the mountains that there was like we were above the cloud layer. Like it was
Crazy feeling.
really crazy because it was pretty clear up where we were,
Yeah.
but then it was all hazy. Like it looked like we were sitting on the clouds, and the fireworks were going off underneath it.
Only
So-
like 2 or 3 broke through the clouds, and it was
But
barely
it
any.
would just like light up, almost like we were looking down at thunder. Guys,
Yeah,
it
it
felt like
was
Olympus,
insane.
and it felt
It
uncomfortable.
was insane. It felt like a metaphor for something.
It really did.
Either way, like finally, like the fireworks are still happening, but they're pretty much over. It's later
Yeah.
in the night.
And we're staying inside at this point.
We're winding down again, though. All the doors are open, which we were more than safe. Like everything was fine.
Everything was so
But
safe.
if you're me, and
but
if
that
you're, like just
air,
something
and
about
also it's
it.
like kind of surrounded by like not woods, but like
Yeah.
nature.
yeah, gorgeous again. But
Beautiful.
truly, if you were in it, you'd be like, this is in the movie when like something.
Yeah, because it's almost because it's so good,
Yeah, too good.
too good. So then,
We're playing cards.
yeah,
All in the dining room. I stand up to go to the bathroom. Okay? There is a bathroom down the hall. I go to it. I need to describe the light switch because the light switch is critical. And as two
remember
ghosts,
this
Yeah.
key part of the story.
as two ghosts who love to fiddle with some light switches.
We love a unique one.
Yeah,
One
absolutely.
that can really speak to
one
who
that dims.
we are.
Fantastic. However, you know how there's light switches. There's the typical with the switch. Okay. Then there's the ones where it's like almost like a rectangle, and one end it's like a seesaw.
Yes.
It
Oh,
clicks
excellent
up
way
and
of
down,
describing
up
it.
and down.
You saw that. And we guys,
Yeah.
we're so familiar with these
Yes.
because we're touching them all
There's
day.
even the ones that are in like classrooms where it's motion sensor, but there's like that square.
It's got that square that you
press,
can press, but
and
sometimes
it's gonna
you
come
can't
up.
press
Yeah,
it. I don't know.
sometimes
It's
it's
a little
weird.
confusing.
And this one, and you've probably seen this light switch before,
But it's a little different.
It's strange in the way that it looks almost identical to the seesaw light switch, but it's flat. And it's almost like you can
kinda
like
push it
press
in,
it in, but it
but
like
not
never
very much.
and it doesn't stay there.
It doesn't
and
have
then
a
there's
satisfying
also
flip.
like a dimmer thing kind of on the side that looks like a
Yes.
dimmer thing, but it doesn't
It's
move
really
like a dimmer
tiny
thing.
and you can barely move it.
It's one of those light switches that they recently innovated, and it's like, hey, in terms of light switches, we're good. we're good.
Unless, honestly, the
Tell me.
motion-censored ones in bathrooms are kind of nice. But the
Yes.
ones that you gotta have
Saves energy, I
complete
get it.
control, like just do it.
Yeah,
Just
because
do it.
nothing is worse. Anyways, I walk into the bathroom, and none of the other lights in the house, mind you, are motion censored. Like none of the, there's not that.
It's not
going
how the
on.
house operates.
I go to press the light switch. Okay, the bathroom has a window facing outside.
Oh, facing out into
It's
the
a gorgeous
darkest,
bathroom, mind
the
you.
darkest part of the mountain.
Yes, gorgeous bathroom though.
Gorgeous.
Like, all like this,
Pink
like, cool-
tile.
It's really cool.
It's
really cool.
sick.
I go to turn on the light switch, okay? And I kind of just like press it. I'm having a little bit of a hard time. Instantly, I press it, nothing happens. I press it again. And the light starts like flashing, like fast. And I need to tell you what the light is now. This is important.
So this is the important part to remember. Because again, as ghosts,
We get
honestly,
it.
like we like to pick the lights that are like, that says a little something about me.
Yeah, the
The fact that I'm picking this light,
Oh,
like
yes.
whether I honestly sometimes, can I tell you a guilty pleasure light of mine? Like a sconce on a wall. I just like love to be. I would never have put it in my home, but
No,
I
never.
love to personify her. Who is
Yes.
she?
Oh, I love the ones when it's, especially when the sconce has one of those light switches right underneath. That's a little circle, and you just get to go like this.
Oh.
So the flickering is just that.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful. So we get it. So we get
get
it. Powerful. So, but some lamp choices are a little too much for even me.
Because I'm really not trying to ruin anybody's night.
Because it's kind of like if that lamp is talking, it's talking.
It's opening a door. And dare I say, we're just going to tell you what the lamp is at this point. You know monkeys?
You're familiar.
You're familiar. Yeah, you've been to a zoo. Now, imagine a tiny monkey that has been frozen. Monkey is frozen, and he's holding a light bulb. And you might have
You've
seen
probably
the monkey.
seen 'em.
Just-
It
you
looks like
Google
this.
monkey lamp. Yeah, it's like the monkey's like holding the light up, and it's very playful. Whatever.
It's very fun.
It's really fun during the daytime. It's not super fun when
and
the
it's
lights,
all white.
Yeah, it's an all white lamp holding it up. Again, in the daytime, it's awesome. It
Yeah.
rocks.
Really cool looking. It looks really sick in this like
Yes.
kind of pink red bathroom.
Yes. At night, when your friends are all down the hall.
And there's no other light. You kind of have to walk down a dark hallway to
Yeah.
get to this bathroom.
Because we didn't know where the light switches were in this place. We've
No.
been there for
And you
4
didn't
or
want
5
to turn
hours.
all the lights on at
No.
night. Like we had it very dim. Like we were chill.
was a
about
vibe.
It was a vibe.
I press the light switch one time, it starts flashing. And guys, it's flashing fast.
Yeah.
And it's the monkey light that's flashing.
Yep.
Okay? So
No.
instantly, I am pressing the light switch more because in my mind, I was like, we have like an LED light strip on our TV. And when you press it once, it'll start flashing. It has different modes. You
As
know,
a
like it has
setting.
party modes, whatever.
We love a setting.
So I was like, I guess this monkey lamp has party settings. So I press it again. I'm pressing it more and more, guys. I cannot stress this enough. It's just getting faster. And then at one point,
Just my pal.
it's just my pal. Just my pal. So I'm flipping the light switch. It's going into what I assume is party mode. Okay?
Yeah.
It's going off and on. Then it starts. Finally, I press it, and I'm like, I just need to get through all the modes. And I'm getting scared, guys. I'm pressing it fast. I'm like, I just need to
'Cause
get through all
it's
these
dark.
modes. Finally, it gets to one where it's getting brighter, and I'm not
That's
joking.
scarier
It's
than dark.
holding, and then it's getting dimmer. And I was like, this is somehow actually the worst option of all of these. Finally, it stays on, and I'm like, that was scary and weird. But I guess I'm just gonna sit on the toilet. To give you the layout of the bathroom real quick, toilet is like, you walk in, toilet is directly to your left, kind of in a divot in the wall. And then like straight ahead, if you're sitting on the toilet and you're looking straight ahead, there's a mirror on the wall. And then to your left is the sink, and the monkey's by the sink. And the monkey is staring directly at you while you're on the toilet. So I
Yeah,
have
it's
a
like
choice,
weirdly facing you.
and I'm wearing the worst pants possible for this kind of a situation.
Oh, it's like all the buttons,
I'm wearing
right?
I have a pair of like
jeans with all the
jeans that are like
A nightmare for a
high-waisted
ghost
jeans and
encounter.
their buttons going up. So I have to quickly, luckily to undo the buttons is fast. I just need to pee. That's all I got to do, and then I got to get out of that bathroom. I sit down, and in that moment, I'm vulnerable now, guys.
You're in it.
vulnerable.
Because you
Once-
took the plunge.
And I know once the stream starts, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm stuck, guys. I have been downing. I mean, just downing Diet Coke.
Yeah. A lot of
All
liquids too. So
kinds
we've
of
been up
drinks.
in the sun a lot that
Yeah.
day too. So we've been like drinking a lot of water. So then.
The stream starts. I'm peeing. I'm looking at that monkey. Lights cut out. Lights cut out. Fully off. I am submerged in darkness. I am on the toilet. My pants are at my ankles. I have about 8 buttons before they're even close to being buttoned up. Lights turn back on. Lights start flashing. You guys?
It's go time.
You
it's
guys?
go time in that moment.
I cannot even describe to you the fear I felt in that moment. I legitimately, the way I pulled up my pants, I didn't even button them. I just was holding them together. At that point, you're not washing your hands. I am an avid hand washer. Let's be clear about one thing. On the Pals podcast,
Yeah.
I've seen some video compilations
We are hand washers.
of people talking about not washing their hands and all that
We are
kind of
hand
no,
washers.
Hand washers.
Hand washers.
I was bolting out of that room.
Yeah.
I was bolting. I
guys-
get out in the hallway.
Can I tell you the different vibe that so Melissa was going through that nightmare that you were just listening to? Think of that energy you have. This is what Thomas and I were doing out in the living room. We were just hanging out. And the lights were super dim and we were kind of running out of small talk. Like you've been in a long day and we were all like a little tired. So we
Yeah,
were
it
just
was
kind of
pretty
vibing. And we were getting ready to play Uno. Melissa comes quickly down the corner in a pace that's like not running. But
My phone fell out of my hand at one point.
Yeah. It was a little chaotic. She comes down and she goes, okay, let's start. And she goes, also, I think that monkey lamp's haunted. And the way she said it, guys, I think this is how I know I've spent a lot of time with Melissa because I think I know these like micro energies. There was a little too much real panic in her voice that I was like, I gotta at least check this out. That's gonna be more entertaining than Uno at this current moment.
I just said, guys, I don't know how to explain what just happened,
Yeah.
but I feel the need to tell you.
Yeah.
I kind of quickly explained it,
Yeah.
and Maddie and Thomas then are like, okay, well, we got
So Thomas and I are like, well, let's go. So Thomas goes in first. He turns the light on. It's fine. Nothing's happening. He's walking around the bathroom. Nothing's happening. Like the light just comes on and it's on.
I'm down the hallway, and when the light switch works properly for them, that's when I'm more scared.
So then I walk in the room. I go, oh, it's fine. I let Thomas go first. I was like, you go. I go, it's fine. I go in. It starts flickering. Only a little. Not aggressive, but it does start flickering. And Thomas and I are both like, oh, shit.
Not the
Then we
ghost
go-
being a pal.
No, guys, I think it probably was. Oh,
It starts flickering.
So it starts flickering.
They freak
for me.
out.
But so no. The first time it flickered for me, it felt like because it flickered as soon as I walked in the room, I was like, oh, maybe it's like
Maybe it's motion.
Motion.
Because
so
there
we
were
start
fireworks going off when I was in the
Yeah.
bathroom. Maybe there was like a sound
something that was
thing
vibrating.
or-
So we like start kind of jumping around in the bathroom, seeing if it'll like make it like maybe jiggle it, maybe the cord's loose, some kind of thing. Nothing else is happening. Okay. So we both go, we don't know. We start to walk through the door. It starts flickering like crazy. Guys, at that moment, Thomas and I both so earnestly, like I think my heart dropped out of me. We went running down the hallway and everyone was like, what? It
Guys,
was
it got worse
terrifying.
because a third person did go down the hallway.
Yeah.
A third person went down to kind of be the control group, right? And this third person, wonderful person, fantastic. person.
Actually an incredible person.
Worst thing ever happened when they went into the bathroom. They hit the light switch, and it was completely normal. Why? Why would
They
not
even
be
like did a little
consistency?
lap in the room. Nothing.
Nothing.
But it was like that seemed right.
Yeah.
It
That
seems
just
that
confirmed-
actually confirmed it more than if the lights had flickered.
So I think truly after that experience, and we did some Googling about the area, and I mean, it's the mountains
Yeah.
in like
in
kind of
the mountains,
middle
north.
California.
Yeah.
So there's going to be all
There's
kinds
some
of
ghost stories
potentials.
there.
And yeah.
Um,
All that to say, I think that it was truly after that experience and telling the story afterwards. And like for me, what will make me cry, which is, it's such a random body reaction, and I'm curious if anybody else does have this reaction. If you tell me something that like actually just can't be explained, like if you're kind of like, oh, they saw, if you're just telling me something like jaw dropping, or
Yeah.
if I'm explaining it afterwards, I will start tearing up because it's almost like in the same way that when I did, and this is going to sound like a joke, when I would do math growing up, and it would make me tear up because I was like, my brain can't get it,
And you
I
just
can't
wanna understand.
it. It's kind of like that when
It's a
I was
craving for
explaining that
knowledge.
story afterwards. I was like tearing up because I was like, no, I was so scared.
no. And that's why it felt really good to have the experience that we did afterwards because I didn't want my pal to be alone in that. Thank you. I did not want my pal to be alone in that. If you're seeing a ghost, I'm seeing a ghost.
no,
hey,
no.
if you're, I think I'm gonna reside the hat.
I think I
for
am
a
too.
mo-
It's-
But it was
it's-
fun,
it
right?
wasn't it a good moment?
You liked it,
You guys had
right?
fun.
Our little witchy hats.
Little
We were
witchy-
the, you guys came back and you were like, wait, where'd the ghost go?
Wow.
There's 2 witches here.
Yeah. All that to say, though, I think anybody who has a like ghost story,
Yeah.
and that to me, I count that as a ghost story. I
Oh,
100%, especially just because
also,
of the
it's
vibe
so
I felt.
Fun
And,
and like
Yeah, and you know what? If you're
we
an
start-
electrician, keep it to yourself.
And I forgot to. So later that night, we had like gone in the pool all day, but we hadn't showered yet. So like when everyone went to bed, like we all like went and kind of did our own thing, and I went to take a shower. And having like it only was a little bit, you guys, but like in the shower that I was in, there was 2 lights above it. And again, okay, so we've all seen a horror movie, right? There's obviously an inciting incident, everything's scary, right? But you're actually you're not in danger in that first moment.
No. That's the moment when
That's
you're
when you
supposed
kinda
to take
get
the cue.
Yeah, you get freaked out a little, but then everyone's like, why would you stay? We stayed.
Naturally.
So we're,
Having it.
but if you know
Having
anything about, again, beats of how this goes, the second time, though,
Is typically when something, especially when someone is alone.
and someone's alone, and it usually is just like a vulnerable woman.
Yeah.
So me in the shower,
Ugh. To think my brother.
classic horror movie scenario. One of the most famous. Shout out Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. Getting stabbed in that shower. But
Nobody doing it like you.
honey, don't let them tell you any different. So there's 2 lights above it, 2 like circular lights, and the one flickers a little at one point. Flickers right as I start putting shampoo in my hair.
And that's the moment.
So like I'm gonna be in there for a minute.
And your eyes could be
And can I say there was one fly?
What do you mean?
There was a fly flying around in the bathroom. Because we had like all the windows open all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a fly just got in there.
Consequences.
So it just was really setting a creepy vibe of like this flickering light. And then the light flickered and then it went out. And I wasn't submerged into darkness because the other one was still on. But I just was like,
You're
I
definitely
don't love that because
feeling
I'm vulnerable now. If this light goes out,
it. You're done.
because they don't use this house that often.
No.
And we were in like the area that they don't normally use at all. So like,
Sometimes
there
I
was
would
an
say that
energy there.
I would say that any true ghost story involves not seeking it out. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Because there have been times where we've even sought it out and it hasn't shown up at all. We went on a ghost tour, guys.
Yeah.
We went on a ghost tour and we won't go
Oh.
because let's be honest, it wasn't a lot
Guys,
of ghosts.
okay, we're not trying to be judgy here about a ghost
No.
tour. We're not, but it is kind of like, I wish we knew. Honestly, I think I would have enjoyed it still. And I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. But I think I would have enjoyed it more even if I knew what it was. I still would have gone. But it was more of just, this area has historical tours, and they put a fun little twist on it where they made it like ghost
What if it was
historical
spooky?
tours.
What if
So they have-
all the
but they-
people we told you die in this area in horrific ways? What if we actually were just like, but what if they're ghosts?
But turns out also like there weren't that many. It was just kind of like, and this guy went missing, and it was like,
We did learn about a lady that.
oh, the
Yeah, the bridge.
yeah.
Maybe this is like too dark.
I think this might be too dark.
This might be too dark. The baby lived. We'll tell you that. Make no mistake.
And not harmed.
the
Well,
baby
probably
lived.
a little harmed.
A
But
living miracle.
yeah, so
We're gonna focus on the miracle.
yeah,
All this
don't.
to say, our tour guide also did reveal at a certain point that she doesn't really believe in ghosts.
Yeah, she just was kind of like,
Get
but
out!
Also, her vibe was so fun and like, hey, bubbly, and we were like,
Yeah.
love her. Her thumb was broken. Remember that?
Oh yeah, she had she put googly eyes on it to make it a little
Yeah,
monster.
great.
Loved that.
You think you're showing
had us around your
two
finger.
your thumb with googly eyes on it, and we're not instantly. What do you gotta say?
Tell
what do
me
you
more
think
about
things?
yourself.
What do you think about that tree?
I want to know what your craft kit looks like.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I really do.
But then she was just kind of like, and we were like, have you ever heard of ghosts? And she was like, no.
I don't really believe in them. There's another tour guide that has a lot of them though, and she'll take people into this cellar. I was like,
Also, she showed us this one cellar and
Where
was
is
like,
she?
they've been recording in here because they think that there might be ghosts. And we were like, oh my gosh, had they heard anything? And she was like, I don't know. We were like, well, that's kind of the main thing we want to know here. We thought this was the big climax.
yeah, we were.
We thought
really
you were
excited
showing
to hear
us
some
where
of this.
ghosts have been heard. I think. Ooh, they may be time for the challenge.
Pals, we need your help.
Challenge. Yes.
The challenge is kind of selfish on our part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Every time we tell you guys to
Yeah.
write into heytherpals.com, that's selfish.
Yeah.
That's selfish.
Because
That's for us.
The way that we will call into the other room and go, somebody email.
We read all of them just so you know, we're going to respond.
Yes,
it's going to take a minute, but we're going to respond.
We're working on creating an actual rhythm for the responses. So
but
that you
just
guys
know
can have
we
something.
see them and we like them.
We read them aloud.
We're really
We literally
enjoying them.
we're both clutching our hearts.
Oh, we go, yeah.
We are both going,
Whoever's not reading it is going,
and the other one's going, you have to hear this.
and
Yeah.
we go,
And it's always a blast. Either way, as you may know, no, I didn't get it again.
You will
Sorry, I was
come
trying
to
catch
our
a bug.
world, fly.
As you may know, on October 30th,
Yep.
we have
Our first ever Pal-O-Ween
special. And we need your help, pals. It's going to
Yeah.
be an extravaganza. There's going to be all kinds of things. There's going to be some returning characters.
Yep.
There's going
There's going to be some new faces.
New faces. There's going to be all kinds of things. And one of the things that we want to do for this is tell ghost stories.
Yep.
So if you have a ghost story, whether it is, and it doesn't have to have happened specifically to
And
you.
you can
We're looking
also
for
be
good
like,
ghost stories.
Even if you're like, I found out it was this in the end, that's still fun.
yeah. You can
If you
truly
thought it
include
was
that.
a ghost,
Yeah.
right in.
When you have been truly and utterly spooked,
Yeah.
or somebody you know has been spooked, or if your
Yeah.
high school had a hallway that had something
Yeah.
going on in it.
And I will say, keep it light.
Keep it light.
Please don't send us anything too traumatic.
Yeah. We're sensitive.
Yeah.
We're just too
We're talking silly. You
too
saw the
little
level of what we talked about, like ghost monkey level spooky.
Yeah. Ghost monkey lamp level spooky.
Or beautiful spooky. If you're like my grandmother, you know,
Yeah.
passed
Oh, I
and I
would
saw her
love
favorite
that.
bird fly.
I would love that. Regardless, send us your ghost stories. Send us your spooks. Send us any of that so that we can talk about it during the special. We want to have a little segment where we're telling little ghost stories. How's that sound? How's that sound? That's your challenge for this week. And if you don't have a ghost story, and if you're like, I literally don't have a ghost story, your challenge for this week is to ask anybody if they have a ghost story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start spreading.
Yeah.
Start asking around. Say, I gotta tell some folks.
I also do want to say that multiple times throughout this podcast, I have forgotten that my mouth is covered because you and I are facial makers. We're facial makers.
Yeah, we're facial makers.
You guys get it.
Certified facial makers.
So, I hope our eye movement and nail talking has
Yeah, how are the
sufficed.
nails? How are
How
the
was
nails?
that? What do we
and
think?
don't be
be-
rude.
Yeah, don't be.
They were just fun, you guys. They're
Yeah,
fun.
they were fun. We
So
stopped
mine
at
are little
CVS.
clowns.
Mine are little ghosties. I can't
So-
see anything right now, actually.
I don't know what you're seeing, but
That's what that is. Anyways, send us your ghost stories. Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
We got a TikTok comment the other day that really lit my heart up, and somebody said only 6K follow.
ah! Ah! Isn't it enough she died once? Isn't it enough? Leave her.
Belle, take it.
Leave her.
Take it from here, Belle.
Okay, so our socials. I don't even know what the comment was she was going to say, but I'll let her say it when she gets back. Our socials, though, I'll plug them now, are at Won't You Be My Pal.
On TikTok.
On everything. And
On
if you go
Instagram
to
and on YouTube.
heytherepals.com, you can write in. You can find
Yeah.
all of our socials and our Spotify.
everything's right there. If you
Apple.
want to know where else you can watch and listen.
No. I hate that they do this to you.
There's another one.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm brave. I'm strong. And I do it for you. All this to say, pals, we love you.
We can't wait for you to keep on keeping on this journey of
Yeah.
with us through Halloween.
Next week's costumes are going to be a ball.
Guys, the way that I can't wait to in even 5 years be like, remember our first Pal-O-Ween? It was electric.
And you get to say you were there.
You get to say that you saw two pals.
Guys, we're just having a giggly, goofy, fun time now.
Was that unsettling to end the song like that? That would be really good for guys. I really want to host a throw off the vibes party where you just keep trying to one up each other with things, because I saw this
You know what, though? We've got a lot of friends with dead parents that would they'd be sweeping the floor
but
at
I
that
think
party.
we're pretty used to that.
That is true.
Like,
We'd
we
be
like to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd be like, and let's get into that.
We'd be like, no, they took the vibe worse.
Yeah, honestly, doing a bad vibe party for us is like,
Yeah, we're like, soaking in it, baby! We're getting stronger as the night goes on.
Each new thing. Thomas said he's going to bring brown balloons.
Oh, gosh.
So you can have that.
Regardless.
I think it's time to go flick some light switches, and I'm getting a little hungry.
Also, I'm going to be so honest.
Flick it.
I cannot stop thinking about bumping the night. I mean,
Yeah,
guys.
do you guys want that? Should we
guys,
start a
I'm
SoundCloud?
not joking. Yeah. Bumping the night.
A bump in the night. Bump in the night. A bump in the night. You hear a bump in the night. Bump in the night.
Two pals on a bed.
Bump in the night. Bump in the night. Bump in the night. Bump in the night. No, they're not doing it. Why would you say that?
They're just two pals on a bed.
They're just pals. Bump in the night. Bump in the night. Bump in the night.
We're gonna workshop it, guys. We're gonna.
But there's something there,
you
though,
get
right?
that. Because
You
bump
feel
in
it,
the
right?
night, but it's bump in the night.
You know who I'd love as a feature on this song? Can I say
DJ
this? Can I put
Pauly
out
D?
here? He's DJing it. He's DJing
Yeah.
it. You know how I went dropping a verse? I can't explain this. Stanley Tucci. Don't you think a Tooch man on the verse would go so hard?
Tucci on the track.
Tucci on the track? Yo, Tucci
If
on the
you're
track.
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, I'm bumping the night. He would come in so I'm imagining him in like an orange tracksuit. Can we make that happen? Tooch man. Tooch man. Can we make that
Toochmeister,
happen?
come on, reach out.
Toochmeister, you got my celly.
Tucci poo.
Hit me on it. Why won't you answer my calls, Tooch?
Tooch, I've been faxing you for months.
Tooch!
Get
I've
around
been
to it.
flickering your lights and
I've
sending
been-
you old letters.
I've been flickering your lights. I've been bumping in the night.
I've been-
I'm all just trying to give you a break.
Ah!
Guys, well, actually, this is better this way.
Ah!
I shouldn't be laughing.
Ah! Guys, it's hard being a sexy ghost.
I actually do think we just need to end the episode here because I need to handle this.
Bye, friends. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Free.